welcome to another episode of Rusted Up Garage. As we promised you guys, we're going to give you some footage of our new car that we're adding to the lineup for the channel. I do apologize that we have not been putting a lot of content out. As some of you may know, we also do Christmas, and we do Christmas controllers, and it's our super busy season. As a matter of fact, within the next 2 or 3 weeks, we're going to convert this whole house into a giant Christmas display. So that's going to be kind of cool too. Maybe we'll give you a little content, but as far as car content, this is the new car that we're adding to the channel. The Oldswagon is still going, so don't worry, there's going to be a lot of content from that. But we're able to pick this thing up, and as a lot of you may know, I love my Oldsmobiles, and so we were able to pick up this car, and I wanted to just do a quick little video of walking around it, showing you some of the highlights. And then at the end of the video, we're going to do a little video of the car show we were at today with the car. So again, I want to thank you guys for following. The new followers, thank you. Like I said, we have a ton of content coming. This car, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it and what we're going to do to it. And there is a ton of cool stuff you guys are going to just love that we're going to be doing for this car moving forward. And like I said, the content's going to be coming pretty good in November, December. You just see a lot of it. I guess, Zach, my handy cameraman, we'll start with the car. So it is a 1955 Oldsmobile Super 88. This is the 4-door version, which is great when you have kids. You can just right in the back seat. You don't have to move the seat. What's cool about this car that we didn't know when we bought it is that this thing is actually a Survivor. So this is the original paint. This is the original interior of the car. It has been slightly modified with disc brakes. Someone's went ahead and converted that. They changed the wheels out, and they did a disc power brake conversion to it as well, which I'll show you here in a minute. Other than that, there ain't much that's been changed. Our radiator, fuel tank, the normal stuff from sitting up for all the years. But let's do a quick little walk around the car. So, Zach, if you don't mind coming along, let's go ahead and just take a look at it. So as you can see, it is not perfect. If you got in close, you'd see the paint's pretty cracked up. It's, I don't know if you can kind of see it in the camera. It's not perfect. This thing is not in perfect shape by any means, but it is very, very clean as a Survivor. She only has 60, what does it have on it? 65, 300 miles on it. And that is the true mileage on it. It has not been rolled over. We talked to the previous owners where they got it from, where it sat in the state. It has not rolled over. This is original interior. It is original paint. Seat belts were added to it. It is a 4-speed automatic with no parking pin. So you must use the e-brake to stop it. It does have these really cool, little cranky windows. I mean, we're talking high tech. Like, for one, you have to on the old pin, and then is it this one? Nope, that's the roll upper one. This is the other one. So this right here becomes the air conditioning. Ain't that cool? They just roll. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's high tech right there. So, pretty fancy. As we continue around the car, you see it has some flaws. It's not perfect. Let's open up the old back door. There she is. This is original. We're talking like original. I mean, it even smells original. Like, if you know what a 1955 Oldsmobile smells like, original, that's what this one smells like. Which probably most of you don't know what that smells like. Another cool thing came with this is a ton of information. So we actually got this book right here. This is for all you youngins. This is how they used to keep track of stuff before computers. But literally, this book has every gas up for this car for its entire life. It also has maintenance stuff on the other side. Every time maintenance was done, fuel was done, what was done. So for 1955, this is some really cool information, along with a lot of service records and stuff. This car really came with a lot of stuff. go ahead and come on around. Show us what this door's at. Give an old peep of the old passenger side. I mean, look at that. Original green interior. I mean, she's nice. I mean, you don't get much nicer than this. I guess really is that. All that's left, we show them the old. You can bring her in. Bring her into the world. Look at that. I mean, this thing's. Let's open up the old power barn. I'll show you guys all she has in her. I mean, it's all there. Boom. Okay. What you guys are staring at here is an Oldsmobile Rocket 324 with a whopping 214 horsepower. And we're talking about all 214 horses. We're not talking about 213 horses or 215. We're talking about 214 horses of pure power. Yeah, it's pretty much a dog. But I said someone did convert it over to a dual cylinder power booster. That was done back a few years ago. And the carburetor's been changed. And obviously the air bond, this one originally had an oil bath originally. It was a 4-barrel. It still has its generator. It is 12 volt, which is really handy. She even has this fancy Delco battery in it. I mean, that thing right there looks like she's older than me. But it's nice. So now let's talk about what we're gonna do to this thing. What's gonna be coming to the channel. I know it's a Survivor, and I know some people may have, but whatever, it's my car. So we have vintage air coming for it. So that's on its way. We'll be getting rid of the air box and that. We're gonna be putting air in this thing. I live in the South. This thing's gonna have air. The next thing that's coming for it is we have a electric fan setup coming for it, because again, we're going to air, we're gonna need an electric fan. The cool thing that's coming is we're gonna make this thing fuel injected. Yeah, the original 1955 Rocket fuel injected. We're gonna put the Stealth Terminator on this thing, so it'll look like a carburetor. If you're eyeballing it, you're gonna think it's a double pumper, but really underneath it is gonna be all kinds of electricals. And those electricals are gonna be firing some little things, and it's just gonna put fuel in. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna do an MSD upgrade to it, because she's on points, and as good as the points were back in the day, MSD's better. So we're probably gonna fire the MSD off the points. We also have the electronic version upgrade, but I've heard pluses or minuses on that, so we're still up in the air what we're gonna do with that. Another big upgrade for this thing is we're actually gonna swap out the transmission in this thing. There is a company up in Ohio, and as his parts come in, we're gonna do videos of each thing and the parts, and I'll be telling you guys all about it. It's gonna be epic. But the transmission, we're actually gonna put a 4L60 in it. It's gonna be a full overdrive transmission. They cut the bell housing off. They make a special bell housing just for this car, because this motor is special and you have to run a special bell housing. So it'll be electronically controlled. This thing will have overdrive and a parking pin. For those of you who didn't know, she don't have park. E-brake. If you don't pull that e-brake, she's right down the hill. And so I would like to be able to put her in park. And then just cruise it down the road. Overdrive's gonna be nice. We want to do like some of the power tour stuff with this car. Again, it's a driver. I'm not gonna beauty queen this thing up on a trailer and then bring it, within a quarter of a mile of the show and offload it and pretend it's a driver. This thing's gonna run down the road. We're gonna, replace some front end pieces, and it's gonna be a driver. So I'm trying to think, what else do we have going for this thing? We're gonna do some electrical upgrades on it, get rid of some of the glass fuses. We're gonna go to regular modern fuses, but we're not gonna rewire the whole car. Obviously we gotta do a fuel pump in it, because we're going, with the old. Oh, another cool thing we have for it. Right now she has vacuum wipers. So if her vacuum ain't up, you're not wiping. So we got a electric converted wiper assembly for this thing. There's actually a company that makes them somewhere, and I don't remember their names, but I promise you all this stuff's gonna come out. We're gonna be bringing the parts in right after Christmas. Well, right after we set up for Christmas, we're gonna be bringing this thing in, and I'll be going over all the parts with you guys as far as what we're buying, where we're getting them from, because these Oldsmobiles are really hard to find parts for. It's not a 55 Chevy. 55 Chevy, they make it all. And a 55 Chevy and 55 Olds, they might as well, I mean, they're two different animals. I mean, it's like a bear and a moose. I mean, we're talking, I mean, the only thing they really share, I don't know, they don't really share anything. That's exactly the difference between a 55 Chevy and a 55 Olds. They share nothing. So, again, we're not getting rid of the wagon. The wagon is still in production. We got that's coming. But again, we're able to score on this thing, and we want to get this thing going and done. And we're going to be doing the machine stuff here coming up on the 69 Camaro engine. That's going to be happening in the next like 6-8 weeks. So bear with us. There won't be probably a ton of content for the next couple of weeks, but just know it's coming. We got some really cool stuff coming. So I want to thank you guys for following, for subscribing, for liking, for pushing the buttons, for sharing. Let's keep building up this channel. I think we're gonna do some really cool stuff, and we're gonna be fixing on some unique stuff, not the general what everyone else is building stuff. So keep sharing it, and let's hope we can continue building this. I mean, we're at like 40, I think. I mean, 60 more, and we get to change that name that we've been talking about. Remember? We want that little name. So keep sharing, liking, showing. And now we're going to go ahead and show you this beautiful bean footage, also known as the car show that we went to today. So, peace out. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Rusted Up Garage, and check out this great car show they're having here in Chelsea, Alabama. We have the 55 Olds out today at this awesome car show, and we're going to be doing more videos of this car coming up very soon. You can see it is it's a complete original car, original paint, original interior, and I'll let Zach go ahead and kind of do a little walk around. The only thing that's been really changed is the carburetor and the air cleaner, and they have done the disc brakes to it. Aside besides that, this car is completely original. Original interior. This right here is your regular old family going to town rig. Trunk's all original. We even have some of the original documentation with this car.
We'll have to go over some of that later on.
Yeah, we'll be doing a complete video of this car. But, we actually have quite a few plans for this car moving forward, including fuel injection, updated transmissions, exhaust work. So be looking forward to the channel. This is going to be a pretty awesome project we have coming out. Probably you're going to start seeing a lot more stuff mid-November and December once we get through our Christmas setup. So be checking it out, and I'm going to let Zach keep walking around and looking at these wonderful cars. Thank you all for subscribing.